We are quickly marching into August. So, what does that mean? But July's wrap up video. So, grab yourself a beverage and perhaps a project and settle in to find out what July had in store for me. Hello and welcome to or back to Miss Craftslot's Lair. I am so happy that you are here. I just wanted to touch real quick and let you know that I am still trying to meet a goal of mine for subscribers. So if you have yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing. Also, like, share, and comment on this particular video. It really does help me out quite a bit, and I am so thankful for the help that I have already gotten when it comes to this kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get into July. Unfortunately, some of the chaos that was in June decided to make its way into my July. So there was a bit of a craziness carryover there. With that comes the fact that I did not get very much stitching work done, and it also didn't exactly help that I was working on a knit project, which knit projects always seem to take a little bit longer for me than a crochet project. So part of that craziness, I don't think I went into it too much in the June wrap up. However, part of the craziness that I have been going through is the fact that the church where the pantry that I volunteer at is housed is going through its own little leadership problems right now. Not going to delve too much into that. But because of this, I have noticed that there is a need, or appears to be a need, for me to brush up on the Spanish that I've already know, which was very little. But I've been noticing that I should probably start getting more fluent in Spanish. So I did start Spanish lessons, I guess, if you call Duolingo Spanish lessons. Not sponsored, by the way, but I do believe if you classify those as Spanish lessons, that is what I am doing. So we shall see how well that goes for me. I can see me using it a lot more, partially, and also I wanted to start off there because I would like to move to Italiano. Yes. So, and I am going to be running into a lot more Spanish speakers than I am going to be running into Italian speakers. So I decided to start off with the Spanish. So we shall see. We shall see how this goes. Another thing that has been happening this month is I decided that because my library card, our system for library, our cards need to be reinstated or need to be updated every 2 years in order to continue getting our library cards and being able to check out books and such. So with that, also with me wanting to learn Spanish, and we have the ability to use Mango languages through our library, I decided it would probably be a good idea to reinstate my library card, which was kind of, I had forgotten to reinstate it when I got the emails. Anyway, tangent. So because of this, I went into the library and I was looking around and checking the library app and stuff. And I decided that there were some books on the list that were books that I would not mind reading. One of those happened to be the Alice Network. I cannot remember which YouTuber It was another crafty YouTuber. I remember that. It was a crafty YouTuber, and they had read the Alice Network, and they had recommended it. And I decided, you know what? The Alice Network looks like a very interesting book to me. So I decided, you know what? Let's check out the Alice Network. So I read that book, just finished it last night, and I do have to say that it is a really good read. I would recommend, if you don't have any like trigger warnings to violence, um, and that kind of stuff. There were some lightly touched on subjects that might be kind of trigger warnish. Um, one of which being an object of women's health, or I guess an object of a situation. There we go. Um, I would say that one of the trigger warnings is a situation when it comes to women's health and choice. So just wanting to let you know that that's in there. But if that's something that you aren't having an issue with reading about, it is a good book, and I really enjoyed it. Next up, saying that this is a July wrap up. What is a July wrap up without talking about crafts, right? Yeah, I don't want to continue hearing about what I've been up to other than crafts, right? I will start off by saying that there were no new acquisitions this month either. I was intending on purchasing some yarn this month. However, the travel plans that I had fell through, which means I was not in a place where I could buy different to me yarns. So I didn't want to go to a Michael's and just buy the same old yarn that I can get anywhere. No acquisitions. The next topic for me to talk about are my whips. Now, the only thing that I have going on right now for whips is the fact that I am still working on the mystery project. Now, when it comes to the mystery project, I am aiming to have that video done either the first or second week in August. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to make sure that you don't miss that as soon as it pops up, subscribe and hit that bell notification to make sure that you see it as soon as I post it, because I have been working really hard on this, and I think that you will appreciate the work I've put into it. And now we're on to finished objects. This is going to be kind of a quick video because I only have one finished project, and that would be the cat paw lace shawl. I will show a video here of me showing it off. Y'all, be so proud of me. I even hid the tails on this already. I have to say, I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, the tails are hid. I still have yet to block it. I don't know how much blocking it really kind of needs. However, I'm going to block it anyway. And yeah, so that is my finished object for the month of July. I have spent, it's a knit project, so that means that it took me a bit longer to work on, as well as I've been kind of trading off between the cat paw lace and the mystery project. And so it has been one of those things. And unfortunately, I will give you this little tidbit. The mystery project is also a knit project. So between the two of them, they are taking up quite a bit of my time. And when you add in the fact that I have been trying to learn Spanish as well as reading more, you can see why. I only got one thing finished in the month of July. So finally, we're on to yarn totals. And for yarn totals, saying I only did the cat paw shawl. That's a very interesting thing to say really fast. Saying that I did the cat paw shawl, that is the only thing to add to yarn usage, because as I have said before, I am going to repeat myself again. If it is a work in progress, I am not counting the yarn unless the yarn is completely done, and the yarn is not completely done for the mystery project. The cat paw shawl weighed in at using 284 grams of yarn, which then brings me to the same total for the month, because that was the only thing that I really finished in July. And so you add that with the previous year to date for June, and the year to date used for my my yarn stash is 3,420 yards. I kind of wish I would have gotten a little bit more done this month. However, I have August that I can make up. I do have quite a few projects coming up with yarn in this next month. So we shall see. I hope that you liked this kind of short video today, and I will be back next week with another video for you. So until next time, bye!